final assignment of the semester. This is Omead Sedghian, and today we'll be doing the ethics and worldview assignment. I'll be talking about how my Christian worldviews as well as my professional worldviews affect how I become a leader and what kind of a leader I am. So a quick overview, we'll be talking about my ethical worldview and where it's sourced from. Next, we'll be talking about visions and missions, my personal visions as well as my personal missions. We'll be talking about personal life ethics, family, friendship, and how self-discipline affects all those. Next, we'll be discussing professional ethics, how to be a better leader in aviation, and also we'll talk about a 6-step ethical decision-making process, pretty much, and organizational culture and how it's influenced by us. All right, so what is worldview? Simply put, worldview is a comprehensive conception of apprehension of the world, especially from a specific standpoint. So my standpoint is from the standpoint of the fact that the Lord created all of us, and He is the only Lord. And at the end, that is all there is. So the love for God goes on top of everything. That trumps everything and all the other set of rules that come. Next would be the moral laws. Moral laws are what we've learned through our experiences and what we've decided is right or wrong. Now, those right or wrongs for me do again source from Christianity. However, it could be from different sources from other people. So that comes second. And then after that, we'll be following social laws. What those social laws are: the Constitution, as well as any local rules that we have, bylaws at your company, anything, you name it. All of those come next. But at the end of the day, remembering that the love of God is why we do all of this is the most important thing to take away from this life. Next, my personal vision as well as my personal mission. My personal vision is to become a person of deep integrity and servant leadership who honors God in every role and relationship, and who contributes to human flourishing in every community served. Now, this community can be my religious community, it could be my workplace, my pickleball team, my group of friends, and my family, anything. And for all of those, we need to remember that we need to be a servant leader who honors God. That is the basis for me. Now, my mission in this world, based on that vision, is pursue excellence with humility, serve others before self, lead with transparency and compassion, and make decisions consistent with biblical values. All of those together create a bigger mission for me. And I take that mission with me in every journey that I go, no matter if it's aviation or if I'm on a military deployment. For anything, I remember to pursue excellence and stay humble and serve others before myself. Lead with transparency and compassion, integrity and love, and make all of those decisions based on biblical values, bringing justice, mercy, and truth into everything we do. Christian ethics in the professional roles. For us, it would be world of aviation. Safety, honesty, transparency. It is of utmost importance in aviation. We never falsify records. We never falsify logbooks. All of those are legal documents. We can't mess with them. And there's a very good article by Insider that was provided to us in Module 1 that'll talk about that. Courageous reporting. We need to speak up whenever we see something. If we mess up or if we see somebody else mess up, you speak up. You see something suspicious, you speak up. Dignity and fairness. We need to treat all colleagues with respect, oppose bullying, discrimination, and retaliation because those all create a hostile work environment that could lead to accidents. Stewardship, responsible use of time, equipment, information entrusted to you. And as Christians, especially, that's very important because at the end of the day, if you're stealing time or equipment, or if you're wasting equipment, that's stealing. That's bad. In other words, professionalism in aviation is the pursuit of doing it right all the time, even when nobody's watching. What I like to say as a Christian is there's always somebody watching you, and that's the Lord. Now, Jones back in 1991 came up with a 6-step decision-making process that is ethical. Identified the ethical dimension is the first step. Who's affected? What values are at stake? What are we doing here? Investigate it. Use information and use all the resources available to you. You apply the framework, and then you examine the consequences that are possible duties and virtues. For us, we would like to refer to the scripture. Consult others. Talk to your elders. Talk to peers and people who've done it. Seek trusted mentors and advisors, as Proverbs says. Decide and act. Make a choice with moral courage. Own the consequences. And then reflect. Review outcomes. Extract lessons. Grow in moral formation. As pilots, we do this also in every step that we're taking in the ADM process. Influencing ethical cultures in aviation organizations. So this is how we can influence the culture around us by personal modeling. Doing the same thing, doing the same thing over and over becomes the norm. And if you do it right, the right way becomes the normal way, and that's the goal. Mentoring. We need to be investing in our junior colleagues, not just the technical skills, but reasoning behind the decisions and why we do what we do. We don't always think about the reasoning and the reason behind the madness per se. It just becomes our norm. So we need to be explaining those to the newcomers. Verbal advocacy. Speak up in safety meetings. If there's something that you dislike, speak up. Or if there's something that you see as harming process, speak up. Systematic engagement is participating in committees, taking classes, continuous development of self and the people around you. It makes the structure easier for everyone. Conclusion. So, simply put, to follow an ethical worldview. And that means to affirm objectives that are rooted in truth in God. Personal vision and mission, and orient every decision towards faithfulness and flourishing of self and others. Ethics and personal rules, family, friendship, and self-discipline built on scripture. Ethics in professional life, safety, courage, dignity, stewardship in aviation. The principal 6-step that we discussed, those can help us make consistent and courageous moral decisions. Individuals shape organizational ethics through modeling, advocacy, mentoring, and systems. Act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God. Thank you very much for watching, and here are my sources.